Greetings to all. With class 9 social science, we have started chapter 1 of civics, that is, what is democracy, why democracy. Up to now, we have discussed what is democracy, means the meaning of democracy defined and different features with reference to the examples of different countries. Now, we are going to discuss why democracy, why do we need democracy. An argument broke out in Madame Lindo's class. She had finished teaching the previous section on what is democracy and asked the students if they thought democracy was the best form of government. Everyone had something to say, debating merits of democracy. Yolanda, we live in democratic country. All over the world people want democracy. Countries that were not democratic earlier are becoming democratic now. All great people have said nice things about democracy. Isn't it obvious that democracy is the best? Do we need to debate this? Now, one child is saying that because all the people in surroundings they said something good about democracy, and most of the countries are becoming democratic these days. So, if everyone is saying good about democracy, so we should uh, prefer democracy only. So we don't need any kind of debate over it. Thankini, but Lindo ma'am had said we should not accept something just because it is famous, just because everyone else accepts it. Isn't it possible that everyone is following a wrong path? So another child says that our teacher said we should not follow something just because others consider it a good one, or because it is famous, because everyone accepts it or everyone says good about it. It may be wrong. It may be possible that all the people they are following the wrong path. So we should think over it. We are not to accept it just because the people says. Jenny, yes, it actually is a wrong path. What has democracy brought to our country? 7 decades of democracy, and there is so much poverty in the country. Now, next child is saying, yes, democracy is a wrong path because in their country, the child was talking that about after 7 decades of democracy, even there was so much poverty in the country. So, how can we say that democracy is good or is the best form of government? Ribiang, but what has democracy got to do with it? Do we have poverty because we are democratic? Or do we have poverty despite being a democracy? So another child, another view, the children they are giving their arguments that they are not poor because they are democratic. Okay, because there's democracy in our country, in their country. Jenny, whatever. How does it make a difference? The point is that this can't be the best form of government. Democracy is all about chaos, instability, corruption, hypocrisy. Politicians fight among themselves. Who cares for the country? Really, another child with another idea that in a democracy there is corruption, there is hypocrisy. People pretend to be what they are not. So, in such a situation, all the politicians they fight for getting power, to come in power, to form government. Politics or elections, it is all about power play. It is all about getting power. So, who cares for the country? Who cares for the other people? Next, common. So, what should we have instead? Go back to British rule. Invites some kings to rule this country. So, there is uh, another idea that want the children they wanted to discuss about the rule of the kings rose. I don't know. I think what this country needs is a strong leader, someone who does not have to bother about elections in parliament. One leader should have all the powers. He should be able to to do whatever he is needed for country's interest. That alone can remove corruption and poverty from this country. Another idea, the child is saying that there should be a strong leader, someone who does not care, who does not bother about elections, parliament. The person or that leader should have all the powers. He should be able to um, exercise all these powers independently and can do whatever is good for the country. And the idea is that that person, that strong leader, can remove corruption from the country, can remove poverty from the country. So someone shouted, that is called dictatorship. Really, if all the powers concentrate in the hands of one person, the person becomes autocratic. The person becomes a dictator. Like if all the powers are given to one person, the person starts thinking himself or herself as the supreme one and try to impose his or her wishes onto the people all around. I think in such a situation, the person himself doesn't know when he becomes a dictator. Next, whole. What if that person starts using all these powers for himself and his family? What if he is corrupt himself? Or really, it may be possible that the person himself may be a corrupt one. The person can use all this power for the welfare of his family only, in the favor of his family only. So, what happened in such a situation? Rose, I'm speaking only of the honest, sincere, and strong leader. Really, is it possible that can we guarantee any person? But that is not fair. You are comparing a real democracy with an ideal dictatorship. Really, uh, real democracy we can have, but ideal dictatorship is impossible. We should compare an ideal with an ideal, the real with real. Go and check the record of dictators in real life. They're most corrupt, selfish, and brutal. Really, if we study history, we can come to know about the different dictators, that how brutal those people were, how brutally or how badly they treated their subjects, the people of their countries. It is just that we don't get to know about this. And what is worse, you can't even get rid of. Really, uh, in chapter 3 of history, we will discuss about Hitler, Nazi Germany. Then we can come to know about the rule of a dictator also. There we will discuss about that. So let's move further. Madame Lingto was listening to this discussion with interest. Now she stepped in. I was delighted to see you all arguing so passionately. I don't know who is right and who is wrong. That is for you to settle. But I did feel that you all wanted to speak your mind. You may have felt very bad if someone tried to stop you or if someone punishes you for saying what you tell. Would you be able to do that in a country that is not democratic? Is that a good argument for democracy? Now see how nicely the teacher is explaining to the children that it was a kind of discussion among all the children, but the teacher did not interrupt in between. After the completion of this discussion, the teacher was discussing with the children that what happened if somebody tried to stop them in between, if somebody tried to impose something on them, if the children they are not free to express themselves. And this right to express is possible only in democracy. In any other form of government, this freedom of expression, one's own thoughts and ideas, is not possible. And this we have discussed in different cases, like in Pakistan also we have discussed that media was not free. In the case of Mexico also, in the case of China, we have discussed that media, even media was not free, and the people they were not free to criticize the wrong policies of the government. So this right to express is possible only in a democracy. So with this discussion, the teacher is trying to tell the students that democracy is the best form of government because all the people they are given the right to express themselves, the right to criticize what is wrong or wrong policies of the government of the rulers. So we are free to discuss our ideas with others in a democratic country only. For today, this is enough. This is sufficient, and we will discuss further in the next class. Have a nice day.